Good afternoon, evening, morning, night, wherever you're from. Feel free to let me know. I will be reading the Twitch chat. Not much to say right now. Everybody is ready. So the best I can say right now is it's Team Favoured versus Team Skeet Tanks. My name is Vincent, joined with camerawoman Jade, who has mic issues right now, but should be fixed later on. That's the most I can say. Got to get into the game straight away. We have a Smoker, Hunter, Boomer, and Spitter. Boomer tries to get a boom over the roof, unable to do so. Hunter is meleeed and killed. Therefore, the Spitter's unable to do very much. Smoker gets a few ticks of damage onto Coach, but that's about it. First attack done. Survivors are going to make it through. Here and there, I'll try and go over some little features of the T1 config for those unfamiliar. But right now, this is quite a short map, so I won't be able to do very much. As we see there, the Witch was killed. The Infected weren't able to prepare for that, unfortunately. So that's going to award them 25 points, which is one of the features. Tank is now up in the hands of Moneros. We have a Hunter on the roof as well as a Jockey. Both are now spawned and ready to go. We have a Smoker as well. In goes the attack. Smoker onto Coach. We have a Tri-Cap, a very momentary one, but we do have a Tri-Cap. There's a Hunter on Rochelle, which is getting a few ticks of damage, as well as the Jockey. All spawns are down now, and the tank in the hands of Moneros still is on pass number 1. Some good damage there, actually. That's kind of the best they would have been able to hope for there. But now, they're going to have to hope that they get a Boomer. Because on this map, there are plenty of places for the Horde to spawn, and it's a very small, tight area. There's loads of fences and plant pots and all sorts. So if you add commons onto that, it's deadly. So they have a Charger and a Hunter. In goes the tank. He's committing onto Nick. He does miss his first punch. The Boomer is popped already, so they don't have the Boomer to help them. The Hunter's going in for a damage pounce. He lands onto Rochelle. A few ticks of damage coming in. Nick is one punch away from in-cap. He is now in-cap, but the tank is at 800 HP. Gets a final punch onto Rochelle and onto Ellis, so he does get some damage, but he is now dead. And Rochelle was 1 HP. Quite literally, she was 1 HP, and that is 0 gravity there. So all in all, it is just simply unfortunate the Boomer did not land. The Boomer is very crucial in the tank fight there. If he doesn't land, the tank is going to struggle, as he did. Just a few shout-outs, just really quick, to the very generous server owner here, Midnight, who is actually in the game right now. Generous enough to give us the opportunity with his servers to help this little community-driven tournament. We have a Hunter above the survivors. We have Nick, who's on temporary HP and is on about 20-ish right now. Boomer gets a nice little rocket boom onto 2 survivors. Smoker in the back onto Rochelle, as well as a Hunter, but he might be a bit too late here, unfortunately. He wasn't able to cover. He does go down. Momentary pounce onto Rochelle, and the Spit. She was only caught on the outside of the Spit there, so not much damage. They still have 3 medkits, and since it's very fast-paced, I'll just really quickly interject and say that each medkit that's successfully preserved will award you 25 points if you keep it until the end safe room, which is exactly why you're seeing Nick here on very low HP preserving his medkit, because it will award him additional points, which will help them. The risky part with that, though, is that he may get in-capped. So he is actually going to heal and sacrifice those points, which is probably the smart decision. They now have an alarm car to contend with here, which if triggered will spawn a massive horde. In goes the Charger first. He's cleared instantaneously, as well as the Jockey. A little bit of a staggered attack, unfortunately, from them. In goes the Smoker. He's going to try and get him into the alarm car. He does, but there's only a Spitter, and the Spitter did not spit into the safe room door, so the delay will be minimal. Ellis is slow, but they should be able to make it into the safe room here with relative ease, and they do just that. So as you can see here, they have preserved 2 medkits, which has awarded them 50 points, as well as the Witch, which is also an additional 25 points. We have a little bit of time here, so I'll just quickly go over the team rosters for Team Skeet Tanks, which is your current survivor teams. We have Lithium, Moneros, Wake and Bake, and Rude Redneck. Now, I'm hoping I'm saying these names right. I mean, I've asked a few people how to say them. I'm really hoping I haven't butchered them. On the team infected, fairly obviously, it's team Favoured. There is Madeira, Rodin, Zero Gravity, and Krychax. And he has specifically told me to pronounce his name Krychax. So that's what I am going with. As always, the first setup is the same for both teams. So we are going to have that Charger, Boomer, Hunter combo with the Spitter. Hopefully they can make something happen with this a little bit better. Again, because of the small area, it's the Boomer that's going to decide the ultimate fate of the attack. Hunter has already spawned on the roof to the right of the survivors. Every other infected is on the opposite side. I'm assuming the Hunter will distract, which is going to do. In goes Boomer as well. Boomer's popped immediately. Nice pop there. Coach will take some spit damage, and Rochelle will take some ticks from the Smoker. But overall, they dealt with it fairly well, and the Smoker jumping into the water there, just getting rid of his spawn, making sure that he doesn't stagger the spawn timers too much, because if you die too late, then it takes longer for you to be able to get an attack later on. So we've got 10 seconds on the last attack, on the last spawn, and of course they deal very efficiently with the Witch. Not much the Infector could have done there. Tank is up in the hands of Zero, otherwise known as Zero Gravity. The Boomer did try to rocket out of the room there. He wasn't able to. Hunter gets a temporary pounce onto Rochelle. They have a Charger in the hands of Krychax, who is going to save his spawn. So, again, it's all going to come down to the Boomer, which hopefully they will get. Now, while we have a little bit of downtime here, I'll just go over a little bit of history, actually. The player Zero Gravity, who is currently has the tank, he's got a little bit of history behind him. You could almost call him a veteran. He dates back to, well back actually, back to maybe 2011-12 time. So he's a bit of a veteran in this tournament here. He is now moving in with his spawns. In goes the Boomer. The Boomer is going to land on 2. This is a pretty good position here. He's going to cover the Smoker as well. He gets a nice double punch as well. Nick is taking a lot of damage, and there's nothing they can do about it until now. Coach has actually managed to cut the tongue. There is going to be an incantation with Shell as well as Evans from the looks of things. They're going to have to swarm this tank, but he's still at 5,000 health. He's got 5,000 health, excuse me. He is dead. I actually made a mistake there. Excuse me. But anyway, that was a lot of damage. Already, they did a heck of a lot better. If they preserve all their medkits, which it doesn't look like they're going to, there's a boom onto 2 now. But the spawns are a little bit staggered. The Jockey is the only spawn they have right now, as well as the Smoker. The other spawns are at 13 seconds remaining. But overall, it's not looking good for them. They do have one temporary health survivor who may have to use the medkit. The other 2, providing they get more damage, may have to use their medkits as well. If they preserve the medkits, however, they will be on similar points. So it just kind of depends on how this alleyway attack comes out. And they actually have a Charger Spit combo for this alleyway attack, which is absolutely lethal if they can pull it off. Of course, as well as a Hunter, the stumbles from the Hunter can be absolutely deadly as well. Hunter is jumping in, Jockey's getting some separation, and in goes the Charger, gets a nice shot in the Spit, 2 people in the Spit. This is what I was talking about right here. There are 2 in-cap survivors, actually 3 in-cap survivors, so that's it. They either have to really play exceptionally well and keep those medkits, or they have to use them. Now, the more damage they take, the more they're going to have to potentially use those medkits. There's still 1 person down as well. There are 7 seconds for the last spawn. They have a Smoker, Jockey, and Spitter at this moment in time. They're not going to choose to do anything with it right now, but because of the delay, they have another chance to attack in this alleyway, now without the Charger though. In goes the Jockey, landing onto the survivor in the back. The Boomer unfortunately couldn't get anybody there. Probably should have jumped down. Because of nobody landing, and because of the fact they didn't have a Hunter or Charger, nobody was stationary, so the Spit didn't do very much. They still have 2 medkits. Now, considering how well they attacked the Infected, but still managing to keep a hold of these 2 medkits, they're doing very, very well. But they have triggered the alarm card by accident, without the Infected needing to do anything, so that's going to put them in a very awkward situation. This is very precarious here. And they have a Charger, Hunter, a Spitter, and the Jockey. Now, the Infected don't even have to go in right now, because they're just going to have to wait the horde. Now there's an in-cap survivor, they're all going in. Nick is on the outside, a Jockey's going to get him, as well as the Hunter going for the cover. He successfully gets the cover. That's 2 people pinned. Rochelle can't do very much here. There's 3 people incapacitated. Rochelle is going to need to get somebody up and fast. There is a jockey and a very low HP jockey. Charger moves in and gets himself killed. Jockey's going to have to go in to keep him down. He manages to keep him down for a little bit longer, but the spawn timers are a little bit staggered, so he's going to be able to revive 1 survivor. So that's 2 survivors up right now. Can they do this? This is absolutely intense. Just going to have to see that there are no more commons, so they successfully cleared the horde, and everybody is now on their feet. They have 1 medkit. Can they do this? There's a boomer rocketing in. They didn't notice it in time, so that's 2 people boom. There's a hunter going from the roof. Can he land onto Rochelle? He didn't get the damage bounce, but he did land onto Rochelle, as well as a spit onto her, trying to reduce the health as much as possible. Trying to get a potential in-cap hit. 2 people boomed, are still on the outside. They need some cover and fast. Making good use of the melee weapon there is Nick. They are going to make it in. That was very impressive, actually. I seriously thought they were going to die there. So they actually managed to keep the margin. I am very impressed with that. That was phenomenal gameplay. Despite the fact that they had many people being incapacitated multiple times, despite the fact that they triggered the alarm car and did worse on the tank fight, they are only 25 points behind. That's Team We Skeet Tanks. I just want to mention as well, while we have a little bit of downtime, if I see any tanks skeeted, I'm going to be very happy. If I don't, then I'm not going to be very happy. They need to live up to their name, and they need to skeet at least 1 tank this game. If I don't see it, I'm not going to be happy. And there will also be a few more shout-outs that I'm going to give. That's going to be to the organisers of the tournament. It's 3 lovely people, Shira, Zero Gravity, who actually happens to be playing in this match here, and Stonka. These are the 3 organisers. I do apologise if anybody has said anything in Twitch chat. I haven't been able to check yet.
I'm here.
It's so fast-paced. And we have the mic fixed. So,
yay.
We are 2 people now. Joining me is Jake, my co-caster.
Hello.
So, we've got a tri-cap here with a boomer. And we're going to have to see how they play this. The boomer will be crucial. Jockey's going to try and get somebody out. He's M2'd immediately. He's melee. The boomer's pre-spawned. They know where he is now. And all survivors are in the safe room, playing it very cautiously. They know exactly where that boomer is.
Yeah,
so
they're trying to bait him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that boomer is in trouble if they notice. They just need to keep some good distraction. There is a smoker onto Ellis. He's cleared immediately. Oh, Ellis nearly cleared the boomer there, but the charger actually stopped him. The smoker's going to smoke him out as well, so they're focusing all of their damage and a nice little boom there as well as some cover on Jockey. Oh, that was a good attack, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was very nice. Unfortunately, there wasn't any speeder.
Yeah, well, I mean, actually, I think the boomer did really good there.
Yeah.
He spawned too early, but it didn't matter. They played that exceptionally well, despite the fact that he was spawned too early. Very impressive stuff. Spawns are coming up now. They are now at the gazebo. There is silenced SMG to replenish the ammo. Spawns are now up. There is a boomer and a charger. I'm wondering if they're going to attack here or they're going to wait for the alleyway.
Yeah, the field is quite hard, especially with the boomer.
They get a boom onto 2. Let's see what they can do here. There's a hunter moving in. Hunter gets shut down. Very nicely done there. And the charger. Jockey is the last one remaining, and he gets shut down as well. Just great play. The boomer was good, but everything else was just shut down.
Oh, do they have a spawn or witch? Oh no, they haven't.
Not yet.
Easy
but they've now dealt with it. Both teams are getting very unfortunate with these witches. They're not able to actually set up at the witch. Maybe Team We Skeet Tanks will be able to rectify that and save a spawn for the witch, but it could be difficult. It looks like all of the infected are going to position themselves on the bridge. Boomer going in now. He did land a bit too far away, unfortunately. In goes the charger. Hunter lands and a smoker. They both landed at the same time, so that's going to be some damage at least. Not huge amounts, but you know, one of them is slow. So fairly well played so far, and tank is now up, and it will be in the hands of Lithium. So, we have one spare set of pills, which will no doubt be given to Ellis, so they are in a good position right now in terms of that. The tank has a little while to run, so there is a potential that he will lose his first pass and may have to pretty much force himself to go in. They have a boomer, but it's an open area, so can he land it? We'll just have to see. He's going through the fence. Because Rochelle was very close to the fence there, the pop was enough to land onto her. Jockey going in, but he's being completely shut down by 3 people looking straight at him. Charger as well. He's shut down. Still on pass number 1. Curved the rock round there, but he wasn't able to get anything. He's just going to try and scare the survivors, but he's losing a lot of health. He does land the curve rock onto Nick, but that looks like all he can do right now. He could land this curve rock if he does it properly. It's a very nice dodge there, actually. He's already at nearly half HP. Spawns are now coming up. They're going to need to make something happen here because they're being aggressive, very aggressive. The rock landed onto Ellis, but he had God frames on his side. Hunter and Jockey moving in. Hunter is onto Nick. He is now slow. Tank is still at 50% HP, so 2 survivors are actually slow now. And distance points are frozen in this config, so it's not as if they can rush, although you wouldn't rush anyway because there is a crescendo right ahead. What do you make of this so far?
Well, YOLO tank.
Tank's moving up now.
He's gonna need a good support as well.
He will. There's no boomer. There is a tri-cap. But all survivors are fast now. He's going to pin Nick into the corner. In go the spawns. Nick may get it in-capped. They're focused on this SI. He isn't in-capped, and unfortunately the spawns weren't able to do very much. The plus side is that Nick is now slow, and he may need to use a medkit. There is a varying amount of spare pills in this config. It's not a static amount. You might get none, you might get 4. It's kind of in between that range. So far they've picked up 1. And it doesn't look like there's anything else other than at the alarm. They're now triggering the horde. They have the spitter and the boomer and a charger for this alleyway. This should be good for them if they can pull it off. Jockey's now pre-spawned as well as the charger. In they come. There's a charger landed onto Rochelle, but cleared pretty quickly. Nick does get in-capped, but that's the most that will happen. The boomer is now going to send himself in. He isn't able to land, but can he get the proxy? He can get it proxy onto Coach. That's the only survivor who's booms, though. 2 of them are slow. Combined with the boom, they're probably hoping for some delay there. They're also going to bleed out Nick, who is on temporary HP, so that means he's going to lose 1 HP every few seconds or so. So he will eventually probably have to use a medkit or get himself in-capped. They haven't moved very far because they can't. They're still having to deal with this horde. They are healing Nick. He is now on to green HP. They have 1 medkit left, but still, they still have a slow survivor. They have a tri-cap. In goes the charger. Nice little shutdown there, but there's a dual cap going on. There's a charger in the distance.
Spitter failed.
That's unfortunate. He was just a little bit too far away there. He probably didn't expect the charger to go that far. But unfortunately for Zero, aka Rochelle, he now has to heal because he's on temporary HP, so that's all of their medkits gone, which means that they have no chance of getting the 25 bonus points per medkit. So they're playing fairly well. Everybody's fast, so they've kept their health, but now, if someone is slow, unless they get those pills, there's nothing they can do about it. So they have to be quite careful here. There is a boomer, and this is a very good spot for a boomer. He can spawn above them, which it looks like he's going to do. They are looking up there, though. The boomer's going to get a nice boom onto 4. Very nice. Indeed, yeah. The jockey was shut down. There is a hunter and a smoker. See what the smoker's trying to do. There is a hunter that's landing onto Ellis. Very instantly.
Oh my god.
The smoker's going to try and get coached. He wasn't able to. It was such a great boom, but unfortunately they couldn't do anything with it. Smoker tries to get a smoke, but his tongue was cut, and now he isn't going to delay their spawns, actually. That's going to be crucial for the survivors if they can make some distance here.
Sorry, I have to put my
they have a boomer and a spitter. The boomer could jump off here
and
get a
sound is my
boom.
The sound is my
He doesn't look like he's going to. He is going to. He's going to get a boom onto the 2 survivors in the back. There is a jockey in the front. but he's just going to get shut down instantly. The Spitter hasn't done anything yet, and there is a Charger. This is their last chance. Charger Spitter. If they can get something, great, but they need to go fast, and they are doing just that. But he is leveled, and the Spit will delay them a little bit, but the delay won't matter. Because
but they didn't have any bonus from the medkits.
Yeah, there is that. So it just kind of depends on how the survivors play now. They get a 25 bonus for killing the witch, but that's all they get, nothing else. So it just depends now on how Team Skeet tanks play. If they can kill this tank, which should be easy if they don't get boomed, they should be able to keep all the medkits, but you never know. These guys are quite good at infected, Team Favoured. So we'll have to see. And this is quite a deadly first attack as well. On the first attack in the previous rounds, I think it was Ellis, 0. He was taken down to 40 HP quite instantly. Just simply because of the hectic kind of separation that the Jockey and Smoker and Charger can do.
I don't know why
they're all very good at it. It's a similar setup here, actually. The Boomer is on the left side of the survivors. The Jockey is directly above them. Charger is on the is behind the van, and there's a Smoker behind the car. Actually, the broken car by the lamppost, probably looking to get some separation. It looks like what they're going to do is they're going to pull someone out and then try and cover the Smoke. What the survivors are trying to bait right now, unsuccessfully so far. Smoker has now spawned. He's going to try and get a pull, but he wasn't able to. The survivors are now all back in the safe room. Smoker is now in a vulnerable position. The Charger should be okay because he's behind the big van, but the Smoker is in a dangerous position. And they know exactly where he is now. They're going to try and pick him off. They haven't got any damage on him yet, though. Out goes Rochelle. They're trying to bait. They nearly got the bait. The Jockey's now above them on the balcony. The Jockey nearly got himself killed, but he managed to escape, still green HP. So it's a little bit of a mind game going on.
Yeah,
bit of a psychological
but I think they're
warfare.
waiting for Spitter.
There we go. In they go. The Boomer was a little bit late to the attack. He's going to get a boom onto 1, but it was shut down. It wasn't nearly as good as the previous attack. There's only a little bit of damage onto Rochelle. And they're going to push this with ease. There is an open area, so they should be able to clear these common infected quite efficiently. Which they are doing. Most of the common infected are actually in the back as well. So that allows them to rush a lot more effectively. Tricap has now spawned. They have a Spitter along with a Hunter, Jockey and Charger. Hunter tries to go for Nick inside the room there. They're all trying to get these guys in the room. Jockey does land, but the Charger and Spitter can't spawn, which is very, very unfortunate for them actually, because that could have been very lethal. They find a spare set of pills, which is very advantageous for them. It actually worked in their favour to go on the right side there, because they will manage to get those pills.
Yeah.
Reloading here.
So that's kind of an advantage sometimes of playing infected first. You get to actually see where the pills are, because you have the free roam. The Boomer's trying to spawn at the balcony. He doesn't get anything from there. They do have a Charger and a Spitter for the alleyway, which I'm assuming is what they're going to do. The Charger has a nice little spawn there. I really like where he is. That's a very smart spawn. I doubt they'll expect that.
Yeah, but they have setups on the witch.
Yeah, there is the witch
Unlike
as well.
the other team.
Yeah, I actually agree with what they're doing here. They knew, because of playing infected first again, they now... Oh, they are going in actually. In goes the Charger. There's a little bit of separation going on as well as the witch. She's climbing over the fence. Boomer landed as well. Can they kill the witch? They can.
Yeah.
That could have been bad. Well, sort of. I mean, he did have spare pills, so even if he got incapped, he still would have those pills. But it was well played. They now have...
Yeah, the infected attack, they all attack on the front of the survivors. If one had been behind, maybe they would have been failed.
Indeed. We have the tank up in the hands of Krychad. There is a Charger and Jockey, which they might get an attack before the tank. There's also a Smoker. Jockey's moving in from the bridge. He gets a scratch, maybe another one, and that's all that will be for that. Charger goes in, gets a charge onto Ellis, and he actually gets a knockback as well, and a pummel. That's decent damage, and there is a smoker there, so that delayed them a little bit. Some good damage, but because the tank spawned so far away, it wouldn't really matter. Something he could do, which is, I think he's going to do actually, he's going to try and bring the dumpster in. Now, if he can do this properly, which is very difficult, but I think he might actually give up with that. But that dumpster, if he can get it in and land it, that's it. It's over. But it's a little bit too difficult. He's going to ignore that. Boomer does the exact same thing. It's a repeat. He gets a boom onto one. The tank is looking like he's going to go in with this. He's already down to 4,000 HP. The spawns are not going in yet. They're waiting for the tank to pin somebody. But can he pin somebody? It doesn't look like he can right now. Hunter and Jockey both going in. They're very far away. The Hunter and Jockey are both shut down, and the rock was cleared. He's 2,200 HP, and nothing has happened. He hasn't landed anything yet.
Yeah, and second control.
Oh yeah, that's that too. Yeah. He tried to land a rock onto Nick there, but he wasn't able to. Oh, he nearly landed that punch, but he's very low, and he hasn't landed anything yet. Let's hope he does. He can land a punch onto Nick, maybe another one. That's probably the best he can do here. There is a charger moving in, shut down immediately. There's a smoker in the distance. He's not able to get a smoke there. There's a hunter as well. The rock does miss Rochelle because she crouched behind the hedge. The rock unsuccessful again. He's extremely low. They probably know this, so they're going to push forward, and they're doing a good job shutting down the rocks as well. Smoker's going to smoke through the fence, but he's shut down instantaneously, as well as the other spawns actually. Hunter moving in, and tank is down. So that was pretty good actually.
Yeah, but I think the other team make a little better.
Zombies. Looks like the military took over.
It is looking good for them. If they can keep up this, they still have another set of pills. So if they can keep these medkits and play like this, they could actually take the lead. They have a smoker, they have a spitter, and they have a charger and a jockey. Oh, they have a good setup here. Charger's going to go at the very end there. He's going to get that spawn in. He's going to get pin Nick. In goes the spitter as well. The jockey unfortunately landed on Nick, which kind of saved him a little bit there. He still took a lot of damage, so it's still good, but they probably want to get damage onto other people because Nick was already weak. So he has now taken pills, so they're all looking good, they're all fast, nobody's slow, so they can just keep moving at this swift pace. And
yeah, they're gonna get the high bonus.
Indeed. They have a boomer, and we all know the boomer is very deadly at this crescendo, or any crescendo for that matter. The boomer is just simply deadly, full stop. They have a spitter pre-spawned already, as well as the smoker. There's a hunter landed. Charger gets a very nice separation charge, and the other three people are boomed. How many pummels can he get? He can get one, but again, very fast clears. The boomer should delay them a little bit, but perhaps not enough. They're already going to trigger the
also they have another bills.
Oh, they do, yeah. This is the advantage of playing infected first. They know where all the pills are. I think Ellis is nearly slow, but obviously the pills will help with that. There's a spitter, there's a smoker, and a jockey. There doesn't appear to be a charger, so that's unfortunate for them. Let's just see what they can do with this attack here. They're probably going to attack inside, which they will. In goes the hunter and the jockey. Spitter's going to spit prematurely. They're kind of caught in the spit here, and there's an in-cap. That was a nice attack there. That's going to delay them. They tried to get another in-cap onto Rochelle. They nearly got it. She was 2 HP, I believe, but she took her pills. That was actually quite good though. Despite the fact that they didn't have a charger, they still managed to get some good damage. 3 people are on temporary health, and they're delayed. They're still in the room. They have a boomer now. Maybe the boomer can land. If they can keep the pressure up here, then they can potentially use up the medkits. The survivors are choosing to go into the open area. I like that decision actually, because it will make the attack easier to clear. If they even attack. I mean, they don't actually have to attack, because they are bleeding out. So if they just wait, then they'll keep bleeding out. Depends what they're doing. Hunter's looking like he's going to try and go for a damage pounce. Hunter is shut down. He's the only person who went in, so a little bit of miscommunication there, it would seem.
They should have waited the boomer or the chucking.
Yeah, the horde's finished, so they need a boomer to keep it going. In goes the charger. He gets a nice scratch charge, but the boomer was shut down, and that was unfortunately the thing they needed. Jockey goes for the guy in the back, Nick, but shut down. They have a smoker for a little bit of separation, perhaps, and he's going to separate Nick. He might not be able to get the in-cap. No, he won't be able to. So they have all 4 medkits. Now, if they keep them, which it looks like they're going to, the spawns are just coming up. This is a little bit intense, actually. The Spitter can get some delays. He may be able to. Yeah, he's going to delay them. Oh, maybe he won't, actually. 3 people outside of booms, but the Spitter's inside the safe room, so they can just get in. The jockey's waiting. He's trying to get in. He's trying to get some in-caps. He does get an in-cap. There is a charger up as well, but they're going to shut the door. And they got some good bonuses there. And they have taken the lead.
Yeah, 25 points.
Which is very small, but every little helps. They were behind and now they're ahead, so that's going to be a little bit of a psychological morale boost going into this 3rd chapter. I have to say, I think both teams are playing very well on Survivor, but in that particular round, it was very impressive watching Team Skeet tanks. They did very well to keep all the medkits. They had 3 people on very low health, but they still managed to get into the safe room and survive. So very well done by them. Now, do I have time to get some shout-outs? Let's have a look. Oh, AFK. And here we are. I'm in the chat now. I haven't actually had the chat open, so anything that was previously said, I won't be able to see, unfortunately. I do apologize, guys.
Well, I can see my own stream chat, so...
Oh yeah, if anybody has any shout-outs, you can read them if you like. If anybody has given any shout-outs. Oh, Luffy Murdoch. Hello, old friends. I know you. Hello there. One of my IRL friends.
Hello.
It's good to have you here. Right, so we have a jockey, hunter, charger, and a spitter. In they go. One person separated. They do get a charge spit combo outside the safe room door and a separation jockey. That is actually some good damage. I'm sure they would have hoped for more, but nonetheless, that was some good damage. All things considered. They should be able to clear the horde round here with relative ease. Most of the horde is on coach, and he has a katana, so he can clear that fairly efficiently. There's a hunter and a smoker up, as well as a charger and a tank. The tank is now spawned, and it is in the hands of Madeira. So they have a charger and a smoker and a jockey. So they do not have a boomer, but they do have a tri-cap. The tank is probably choosing to go for the car. He's going to try and bring that into gameplay. The thing I like about bringing the car means that they have no choice but to go under the bridge. We have an attack moving in now. In comes the charger. They don't know the charger's there yet. The charger lands onto Nick. The rock unfortunately helps Nick there and clears the charger. That wasn't what they were planning to do, but happened anyway. But the car is in play, which pretty much means, right, here's the thing. The car's in play. Now they have to go under the bridge, which makes the boomer, if they get one, really easy to land. That's what I like about this. And they do have a boomer, as well as a jockey. He's hiding behind that car quite well. He's going to look to get the car into play. In goes the boomer. Oh, he didn't land. That's unfortunate. The jockey spawned on the roof, trying to get some, trying to fear them a little bit. Oh, nice little curve right around the corner there. That'll keep his rage meter up because he is on pass number 2. Tried to get another curve rock, but it hit the wall. There is a jockey and a hunter on the roof. He's trying to get these curve rocks, but none successful right now. He's bringing in the car. They're going to have to hide behind those pillars. The smoker wasn't able to get anything out of this. He's trying to get this car to incap someone. Oh, he has a chance here. Can he incap Rochelle? He misses the punch on the car though. He can still do it though. She's in a position to do it.
Oh, no.
Oh, and he can't do it. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Very unlucky by Rhodey's tank there. He had a chance. Just very unfortunate. That sofa there, the couch, stopped him. Which, you know, makes no sense really. I mean,
Also, the smoker could have a little bit health. Failed.
Not looking good for the tank. Thanks to the couch, because oh, there's a smoker landing onto Ellis, and the charger is distracting, allowing them to get some damage. It's not all bad. I mean, they do have one person slow, and they have a boomer who can boom from below. Just have to see how this plays out. I mean, what I was...
Rossa's healing.
Yep, Rochelle's healing, so that's 25 points deducted. They can no longer get that. Which, obviously, she will go down from 1 charger scratch, so it's probably a good thing. The boomer's on the roof above them. Oh, no, he's repositioned onto a different roof. There is a charger and a spitter. They're probably going to attack at this common choke point here, by their little metal shacks. The hunter's already spawned up. The charger's moving in. He's moving in first. He's going for Ellis. He lands onto Ellis, and nice cover as well. The spit lands onto Ellis. He should be incapped right here. The hunter actually got meleeed off, so he lands another pounce. 6 damage pounce onto Nick. This is devastating. This was a very good attack. Now they have 2 people slow, and they might even have to use their medkits.
Yeah.
Very, very nice attack.
Yeah. At least 2 medkits.
Indeed, that was very well played. I thought the charger was going to be shut down, but he actually managed to land there, and the hunter got 2 pounces, and both of them allowed the chargers to get some damage, so going pretty good. In goes the jockey into Nick into the caravan. The spitter was shut down though, so even if he was pinned, he would have been cleared quite quickly. There's a hunter who's looking to get the first guy. He is going to get Ellis. He's going to get scratched by the charger. The charger doesn't land though. That's a shame. I like what they were doing there, but it wasn't executed properly.
The speeder should have been with the hunter and charger.
Indeed, I think really because it's a tournament, they're getting quite excited and they're making decisions that are too fast. They need to calm down and calculate their attacks a little better. I think that's what they need to fix. We have a smoker, a spitter, and a jockey right now.
They're going to sewer.
Yep, looks like it. They have no charger for this, but it shouldn't matter. The smoker's probably going to look to smoke the first person that drops, and the rest will just kind of cover that. Down goes the first person. He's going to cut the tongue though. The jockey's going to go for him. He manages to get him, and he's separated now, so now they're going to have to try and drop down. He's going to get incapped. They did send the lowest HP guy down first, but he's now incapped. The hunter's going to try and get somebody in the back. He's not able to do so. They're all down now. So it looked bad, but it turns out that they have survived it. Depends if they give him pills or if they make him use a medkit. I'm not sure what they're going to choose to do here. Hunter and jockey are waiting above. They're going to climb up immediately. I like that decision there.
Jockey's tried to on a witch.
Indeed, yeah. Well, there's a load of alarm cars here, so if they set one off, then that's it. They've got loads of commons to deal with. But they know where the jockey is, so they're probably going to have to attack before they shut down the jockey. They have triggered an alarm car. That's it. They have to deal with the horde now. I'm not sure what the infected are going to do here. I know the survivors look like they're going to try and camp out the horde because they don't want to have a witch and a horde at the same time. Hunter is positioned above them. They're just trying to scare them. In goes the boomer. Nice boomer there onto 3 people. They're probably going to look to attack here. The jockey's going for Coach, the non-boom survivor, but he is shut down. The charger can't get a spawn, and the hunter is still on the bridge. It looked like it was going to go well, but unfortunately it didn't. The charger couldn't get a spawn there, so they're going to have to save. very patiently waiting, as well as the charger. They're going to have to try not to trigger any more alarm cars because that's the first horde, but there still are more alarm cars. This is a very deadly area for survivors. All spawns are up now. Smoker's going to try and stand in front of the witch, try and trigger her. I don't think he's able to though. He's not able to. Nick is now slow. They're going to try and get that crown, and a very nice crown there that'll award them 25 points. Very well played. And they're going to progress forward. In goes the hunter. Just one little tick of damage onto Rochelle. That's that. Oh dear. Well, that's unfortunate. Because one person is slow as well. They are going to get up to the ambulance above though, which has one set of pills inside it. So I assume they're going to give that to Nick. I'm not sure though. It looks like that is exactly what they have done. The boomers tried to get a spawn behind the ambulance. He wasn't able to get anything there. There is a charger waiting below. This is a deadly choke point if they can pull it off. Nobody has spawned yet though. Boomer getting a rocket in. Nice little boom onto two people. In go the spawns. Jockey is going to land onto Rochelle. Charger doesn't land onto anybody. And he gets a scratch onto Coach, which now makes him slow. And the spitter's going to delay them by spitting in front of them. So they do have two slow people, I believe. Yeah, two people are slow. Which is not favourable for them. I don't believe there are any more sets of pills ahead. There is a hunter waiting, trying to get some distractions in, trying to slow them down a little bit, so they can keep this pressure up. Coach may have to use his medkit soon. They have a tri-cap, minus the charger. The smoker's positioned behind them, probably looking to get some separation, and the final spawn is a boomer. Jockey and Hunter are both spawned up, looking to go in. There is the boomer looking to get behind the fence there. He hasn't got a spawn yet though, but the infected are scaring them and stopping them from moving forward. Smoker gets a smoke onto Ellis, a nice little boom, could be a tri-cap, and it is a tri-cap, very well played, and he is in caps as well. That would be Coach. Very, very well played here. This is crucial, this is exactly what they needed. Two people are in capped. Very nicely played, just absolutely amazing. They could even get three in caps, and they have. Two people are up now, one was revived, but the boomer is going to continue the horde by popping himself on the two in-cap survivors. This is crucial. If they can keep this delay going, they could even wipe them here. There is a spitter who's going to try and get some delays. Can he get the delay he's looking for?
Oh, Ellis is dead.
He can. One is dead. This is great. They need to keep this pressure up, and then they can wipe them. This is exactly what they need.
Oh, that melee skill.
Oh, well played by him. Coach is healing in the back. He nearly got in-capped by the commons there, actually. That would have been terrible. There's a charger and a jockey waiting ahead. They need to get this wipe here. This is absolutely crucial. In goes the charger. Jockey's already shut down. Charger does not land. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Rochelle is down, though. That cheeky little common in the back. That cheeky one common. Don't you just hate it?
Oh, they should have, like, way to tri-cap. They are way too eager to kill
Yeah,
them.
see... indeed, Team Favoured are a little bit too excited here. Like I say, they're just attacking too quickly, or maybe even too nervous. Nerves can get the best of you when you're in a situation like this.
First time in a tournament, so...
Exactly, yeah. There's a jockey ahead and a hunter behind. Jockey is also behind, actually. Let's see if they can make something happen. They are attacking with two, but they only have a spitter, and they're going to make it in the safe room, so they kind of have to. There is a jockey still landed. He's outside. The hunter does steal the target. Coach is looking like he's going to go down. There is a boomer landed as well. Jockey moving in onto Nick, but he gets shut down. The boomer's going to potentially get a proxy here. And he does. Machete straight to the face, and there is also another one dead. They have two people up. Can they wipe them before they make it? Looks like Nick's going to abandon his teammate and make it into the safe room. Only one person made it. And that means only 25 points. So this could be another comeback.
Indeed.
Looking good. Very good infected play. That attack in the cemetery was just perfect.
Yeah, that
the way
was
they
very
got that.
good.
Yeah, the way they got that separation, the way they coordinated it. If they could attack like that every time, they could have wiped them a lot sooner. So now... we have Team Favoured on the Survivor team. Let's see how they play this. They just need to avoid the charged spit combo, really. There's no boomer, so there's no chance. There's no risk of the outlines disappearing on the survivors. Hunter is now spawned up on the bridge, just pouncing around, being a nuisance. They're going to take this very cautiously. They're probably going to try and bait some spawns, but it's more ideal to attack under the bridge anyway, in most cases. Ellis is walking out, and if you walk out, your outline's not showed. There is a charge spit combo in the doorway, as well as a jockey going onto him and the hunter. Everybody just piled onto Nick there, even the spitter. Everybody just attacked Nick. Poor Nick. What's he ever done? So, poor him. Rhodey, I'm very sorry you had to deal with that. But that means all of the damage was onto him. They're in good stead so far. They're just going to trigger the tank now. And the tank is up in the hands of Mineros. There's a charger in the back. He was just spawned because he had a tank. Smoker's going to separate Coach momentarily, but it is a decent separation. It should give them some time to get the car into play, but it is...
tank control to wake a big.
Right, okay. That's interesting. There is a hunter moving in. He gets shut down mid-air. He's trying to get this car into play, but it's not in a good position. It is now. He can get it into play now. It's now on the roof. And again, this will force them under the bridge. Now, if he can get them under this bridge and get a boom, then they are in trouble. The car is in position now. There's a boomer directly above them. Just gonna have to see if they land it. In moves the tank. He's moving the car into play. They have the pillars to use. There is a boomer waiting for his chance to shine. The car is now moving in. The boomer's still waiting. The car is trying to slip through the pillars there. He's not able to do it. He's abandoning the car and he's going for some punches. He gets one. In goes the boomer. Only one person boomed. That could be enough. He's getting some punches onto Nick, who may be in-capped, and he is in-capped. The charger lands too. Oh, it's not looking good for them. The charger is still landed, and the tank is going to cover him. He's now going to move on to Rochelle. He's at 1,000 HP. How much more can he do? He's going to get an in-cap. He's got 2 in-caps, and he has the car to work with. He's going to hide behind the car, try to avoid getting killed. Can he do it, though? He's at 277 health. He moves the car in, but he's going to die right there and then. 2 in-caps. They played that a lot better. Hunter's going to go for some delays. He's now back onto the bridge. There is a smoker going for a delay as well. Oh no! They did get the clear onto Ellis. Will he get in-capped? He won't. Oh, that was so well played. They are playing fantastic. The spitter's in the safe room. He's waiting. He's going to be hunted down now, though. Now he's down. So they're not looking good. Already, they may have to use the other 2 medkits. They've already used 1. So, not looking good for them. They have a lot of choke points to deal with, including alarm cars, the sewer, houses, and the witch, all sorts. The bridge, they have so much to deal with. So, they need to play very well here. There is a boomer, a charger, and a jockey, and a smoker. So they have a tri-cap here for this kind of balcony attack. Boomer's in the room. He was going to get a spawn, but he's unable to do so. He's now going to go below. He lands a boom onto 1. So if they can get the 3 in the back, this could be deadly. Jockey's moving in now. Jockey gets shut down. There is a nice separation smoker and a separation charger. Oh, the damage here is going to be phenomenal. That's Coach nearly down, and he is down.
He's going to also need to use a medkit.
Exactly. So now that means all of their medkits are down. Oh, it's not looking good for them. Oh no, the infected player is just too good. He's now going to revive Coach. They nearly have all their spawns up, -1. There is a spitter, a hunter, and a boomer up now. They've only just made it down. He can't use his medkit yet because it takes too much time to heal, so he has to keep moving. Boomer's looking for an opportunity. He's going to go behind the van. He can get the boom. And no, he can't get the boom. He was shut down. Very well done, actually. Hunter shut down as well. This is what they need to do. They need to shut down the attacks very efficiently. Jockey and spitter combo going into the caravan, but everything shut down. This is how they need to play. If they keep this up, they can make it. But they need to shut down these attacks very quickly. They have staggered the spawns as well, and they found a set of pills, so now Coach is fast. And they are moving. Now, they've got to keep this up. There is a charger. He won't be able to make anything happen, though, because he was the only one up. There is a charger and a smoker up right now. As well as a hunter. Is it going to be a spitter or is it going to be a boomer? It's going to be a boomer. So no charge spit combo for inside this room here. Everybody is fast. They need to keep this up. There is a boomer waiting. They might wait for the sewer. They do have a good setup for it. But likelihood is they're going to send Coach down first because he has temporary health. So he is kind of a disposable or an expendable, you could say, at this point.
Reloading.
Reloading!
There is a hunter behind them as well. He might try to get the last survivor, and as I said, they are going to send Coach down, but nothing is happening yet. They may not actually be looking to attack here. No, they didn't find a chance, so they're actually going to save their spawns. So that's one choke point dodged, but now they have a witch and the alarm cars. Let's hope they're more careful. There is a boom landed, but they're all down below, and these infected are not going to attack below. The good thing about that, though, is that the boomer can get another boom, providing it recharges in time when they come up. There's not much they can really do about it because it's a ladder. They're going to be stuck on it. Coach is now slow. I'm assuming they're going to give him the pills. They do. He's going to take them. They may send him up again, the expendable character. Or they may all go up at the same time, and up they go. Charger lands onto one. Smoker lands onto one. And Coach does a good job shutting down the hunter there, because that could have been a lot more deadly. Boomer coming up from the ladder, he gets melee straight back down. They're like, nope, you're not coming up here. You're not invited. There you go. Very well done there. But they've set off an alarm car.
Ellie's disturbed a witch, but the goat was on the way, and I was
I missed that.
Reloading.
No, I didn't see that. So they have one person who's slow, but everybody else is fast, providing they don't let... Nick actually got hit by a common there, so he's now slow as well. There's a hunter waiting above. He's pouncing around, causing a distraction. The spitter might get shut down. There's a charge spit combo into Coach, and he's above. The hunter is covering, so that's going to mean Coach will be in-capped. There is one set of pills, but more than one people need them. There is a spitter waiting to get some delay. He's playing a little game of whatever that poem is, the roses thing. Pocket full of roses, I don't know, I forgot. And Coach is now revived. So they have 3 people who need pills, or maybe more like 2 actually. Coach is going to take the pills. He's taken a beating this game actually. They've really been focusing Coach. Nick is slow, and Ellis is also slow. But it's not the worst. They can still make this. They've been doing okay up until now. If they just simply get to the safe room, they can overtake it. So a very close game so far. There is a smoker in the back. If he can get a separation smoke, then that's going to really hurt them. They're just kind of waiting now, just clearing the commons. Coach has plenty of HP, so they can afford to play it a little. They can afford to play it a little cautiously.
that follow.
Boomers just waiting. They're being very patient here. Both teams are being very patient, waiting for their opportunities. There are no more commons to be seen. Down drops everybody. There's a boom onto one. Jockey and Smoker both from behind. Smoker gets a smoke onto Nick in the back, cleared immediately. Jockey can't land onto anybody. He still can't. He's now on the roof. Oh, slippery Jockey, but he does get shut down. So there's still two people slow, but they shut down the attack, and this is exactly what I've been saying over and over. They are doing very well. Now they have the cemetery to deal with. There's a Smoker in the back. They need to keep the communication up because this kind of stuff can happen. He is now cleared, so he was already slow to begin with, so it didn't really do much. They have 3 spawns to work with now. The Boomer might try and look for an opportunity here. He can't find it though because Coach got onto the stairs and blocked spawn. They do have a charge spit, but they have a Boomer, so Boomer and Spitter. They can't really get 3 people capped. So the Charger has a lot of pressure here, as well as the Boomer. Charger is moving in. He doesn't land onto anybody. He only gets a temporary stumble. The Boomer doesn't land either, and the Jockey has to retreat. Now, The Boomer can get a proxy, but he doesn't
Yeah,
manage
but
it. They shut him down very quickly.
That's my fault.
They clear the jockey off of Ellis immediately. The Spitter's probably going to look for some delay, but it's not looking likely. They may actually make this and take over again. The third overtake. The Spitter just doesn't like that tree, I guess. He spat on the tree. They're going to make it into the safe room from the looks of things. There's a smoker behind. He gets the smoke onto Nick and sends him out. But he goes straight back in. There's a charger scratching. He gets someone down. Boomer very nicely shut down there. Credits to Nick for shutting down that Boomer. They are now going to make it into the safe room, providing nothing else happens.
Okay, I put
They
all
do
on.
it. I don't know how, but they did it. Well, I do know how. They played that exceptionally well. So they have now taken the lead back.
Indeed.
Not many points separating these teams. It all kind of comes down to this. Anybody's game at this point. It's just kind of been a very back and forth. The momentum has been shifting from one team to the other. One team plays exceptionally well, and then the next round, the other team does the same thing. So just have to see how this goes. There's a jockey, a smoker, a charger for this first attack. I'm waiting for the last person to load in to see what their spawn is. So this map here is not very friendly. There are a lot of choke points, especially the crescendo, which is quite far ahead as well. It is very unforgiving. If you get smoked down, then you have to run a very far distance to get back. So it's a very tough map, very unforgiving, and arguably maybe as harsh as map 3. Both of those maps are very harsh. I'd say Parish gets harder the further into it you get. There is a Boomer, so they have a Boomer along with their Tricat. Just patiently waiting. There's one person out, progressively moving out in the safe room. They might send the Boomer in first. We'll have to see how they do this. The Boomer is above. Everybody is attacking from above. 3 survivors into the safe room. Smoker landing onto Rochelle, as well as the jockey. Charger moving in, and the jockey might actually get into the safe room. 3 people boomed. That's actually quite good. He's going to get cleared, but he is nearly half HP. That was actually quite well played. They played that very well. The infected, that is.
So
Doing good.
this tank gonna be in a bull house or 50%
Depends.
on tank?
Yeah, I'd say the only real... it's very unforgiving for the survivors apart from the tank. The tank, if it's in the pool room, is quite easy to deal with. The Charger gets a few scratches, as well as a pummel onto Coat. Hunter landing onto Nick, getting cleared. And that would be the end of that. Unfortunately, the Boomer was popped, so they couldn't get any delays. They're now moving forward. They're keeping this momentum going. They just kind of need to make sure they set the bar high, because this is getting pretty intense. There is not many points separating these teams. They so far have a Spitter, a Jockey, a Boomer, and a Charger for this kind of drop-down choke point. They can either attack when they drop down, or they can attack in the alleyway. They won't be able to attack on the drop-down, so they're probably going to elect to go to the alleyway. In they go,
It's
Jockey.
easier on Charger to go down.
Yeah, well, they get some damage onto Coach there. Oh, actually, quite a bit. He's now slow. So they got something out of it. But he has taken pills, and the tank is up, so it looks like they're going to move back. Which is obviously the most logical decision here. They're probably going to move back into the pool room.
Yeah.
This is a very rough tank fight for the tank, not for the survivors. For the survivors, it's actually quite easy, but they can't make it into the pool room at this rate because the tank has actually managed to climb through the window, so they're going to have to take it outside. Jockey is moving in. He gets shut down very quickly. Tank's throwing a rock. Hunter gets shut down as well. Nice little
Now
Skeet
they have a
there.
chance to rush on the bull room.
Yeah, they do. It doesn't look like they're doing it yet, though. He's going to try and get a curve rock. He doesn't manage to get it. He's only taken 300 chip, though. He's on his second pass. Now, this is very interesting. I don't know if they can make it into the ballroom. They do have a boomer as well. What I would like to see is for the boomer to go onto the balcony. I don't think they would expect that, but it looks like he's going to go ahead. In goes the tank. The boomer's going to probably follow. He gets a punch onto Coach. He's going to pin Coach down. Hunter on Coach. He's going to throw the rock and land it onto Ellis. Coach is in cap. There's a jockey on Nick. He does get cleared though. Tank's going to move on to Nick now. They should be able to shut him down, but he may get the in cap. Will he be able to? One last punch. Oh, he was in cap by his own teammate actually. Nick there. But that concludes that. 2 people on temporary HP. They may have to use their pills, so... Oh, it's getting pretty intense. The infected are going to have to keep the pressure up here. 2 medkits are now used. They have a charger and a jockey, as well as a spitter, so they have a deadly setup. Let's hope they can use it properly. They have a smoker as well. Everyone just getting ready here. There's a jockey in the back, but he went in without his team, and now there's a charger moving in. Gets a charge onto Ellis.
Oh, the
but
spit.
Yeah, the spit didn't land. There's a smoker outside on Coach momentarily. They got some damage. Ellis is now slow, so that will slow them down a little bit. But that's about it. Unfortunately, the spit didn't land.
Oh, there's the bills. Oh, they got the bills.
That's going to help them as well. So you see, the thing is with this is they have this crescendo that I was talking about, which is very unforgiving. You get pulled down, you have to run a large distance. Like I said, there's a boomer waiting below them on the balcony on the lower floor. He's moving in. They can't do anything about that. There's 3 people boomed. They got some separation here. This guy is going to probably go down. He is down, and they can't... That's it. That's what they needed. It looked like they were going to get some great distance, but now there's 1 person down. There's 1 person jockeyed below them as well, and a smoker down as well. Oh, this is not looking good. That boomer was everything, and as well as the separation, of course. Now Nick is down. They're going to have to try and get him up. They need to slow down this pressure. So Rochelle is just going to have to very silently wait there. She's going to be very lonely. Smoker's waiting above them as well as a spitter. There's now a hunter as well. They're going to try and get her up. I'm not sure they'll be able to though.
Yeah, it's not impossible.
No. They're holding on to hope. They're hoping for some hope. But she is going to have to be forgotten. Hunter is patiently waiting. They have a boomer and a spitter, and as we saw there, the boomer is incredibly deadly here. Smoker tried to get somebody, but he wasn't able to do so.
Yeah, the Rosil was a little bit too far from his team. So.
Spitter moving in as well as the hunter, but the spit actually hits against the pole. That was very unlucky, so it's now on the floor. But there is a boom onto 2 and the hunter landing. The boomer is now climbing back up. He's in. He can't get up though. He failed about 3 times there, so he wasn't able to get to them. They're gonna just really power through this now. Oh, but the smoker separates him. That's what I mean with the smoker. Now he has to run all the way back round, and Coach is going to go down and help him. They've got a little bit of separation going on, but nothing's going to happen from it. They just have to deal with the smoker. 1 shotgun shot on the tongue will cut it. They just need to make sure that they don't let anybody get pulled down. Nick is still below. So, and Ellis is bleeding out. Ellis is now slow. Can they survive this? This is looking intense. What a first game to this tournament this has been. The smoker's guaranteed to have his tongue back up. So it's just kind of a waiting game for the survivors now. They don't have to attack because Ellis is bleeding out. So they can just continue to bleed him out, and then he'll be easier to incapacitate. Just a little bit of a waiting game. The infected know they're in the advantageous position
But
here.
they have a G-cap. Why they are not going in?
I think they're probably being very cautious. They probably want to make sure they attack with a choke point instead of here. just so that they can guarantee the kill. That's my assumption. I'm assuming that's what they're doing. Because the whole reason they had to go all the way around was the smoker, so they're probably going to try and do the same thing. There is a jockey waiting, there is also a charger waiting. And they need to go in soon though. The smoker's going to get a smoke down onto Coach. The jockey and charger are both below. The jockey lands onto Ellis though. Can he get an in-cap? He can get an in-cap. The Spitter got 2 people in-capped. Oh, this is what I mean. This is such an unforgiving crescendo. Even without the commons, you still have to try so hard to get through it. That's 2 people on temporary HP and no pills or medkits. And poor Zero as well, just having to watch all this. Because she has no other option, and the smoker is still up. It's just this smoker. And they have shotguns, so they can't clear it. There's a boomer landing onto Nick. And the tongue gets cut, but that means it instantly respawns. There is a hunter moving in. Coach is smoked down again, and Nick falls. Ellis is now in-capped above. And they can't do a thing about it. He may even die here.
Yeah.
Coach is doing a good job. He actually
got the
manages...
clear.
That was very well played by Coach there, jumping and shooting at the same time. They just need to make it up to him. They are slow, and they are dealing with commons from the boomer. And there is a smoker as well, so... I mean, Coach is 1 HP as well. It's not looking good. Can they make it? I really am wondering if they can. 1 scratch, and Coach is down. And Ellis is nearly dead. He dies. A common landed on him. There's only 2 people surviving. They just need to scratch Coach and pin Nick, and it's over. In goes the jockey. They're doing just that. The spit is there. Coach is now down. He falls down, and it's over. They're done. So now... there is a chance. There is a very good chance for Team We Skeet Tanks to take the lead here. Whew, so unforgiving. Very well played by the infected there, making sure that they keep getting that smoker down. The smoker was alive the whole way through. He was alive for about 3 minutes straight there. So we've got the same tri-cap. Jockey, charger, and a smoker, as well as a boomer.
They lighten up this whole place. We gotta get to the bridge.
AFK 10 minutes. Ooh, yeah, that's quite a long AFK.
Reloading.
But yeah, there is a very good opportunity opening up here for the Team We Skeet Tanks. They just need to survive that crescendo, which is not as easy as it sounds, as we saw there. They also need to deal with the tank. The tank probably won't be the problem. The tank on this map is fairly easy to deal with, providing you get your positioning right. It's more just the crescendo. I don't know. I'm looking forward. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see if they come back, or if the infected play is good enough to keep them back.
Are they gonna play the final?
Are they going to play the final? I actually don't know.
But usually in USA they play the final.
I'll just pose the question. I mean, that would actually be quite nice if they do, but I don't think they're going to.
Yeah, usually in European tournaments no one is playing final.
Yeah, typical European kind of mentality there. See, it's unfortunate because I think the parish finale is very good. I think it's very fun and very intense. That's just my opinion. I just think it's very good. We've still got 1 AFK. I would have loved to see the finale being played here because that would just add to the intensity of this game. This game is already very intense and we don't know who's going to win.
Okay,
But yeah.
Shira said the final won't be played.
Will not be played. Okay, so this is it then. This is their last chance.
Oh,
And
thank
we
you
have a
for the
horse warning.
point.
But they're okay, so they'll be able to clear it.
Hard brought by an acid.
Oh, yeah, they're ready up. So, I mean, I have a feeling they weren't readying up because they're trying to calm down because it's so intense. I mean, I'd be the same. I'd be like, I'd need to calm down. This is just too intense. It just comes down to this. It's just
Take a deep breath.
yeah, just do or die. Just Who's gonna win? You never know. Gonna
Yeah.
find out. We are gonna find out though.
Oh, they're sneaking.
Yeah, we've got Nick moving into the room there. We've got a charger moving in, got a boomer moving in, boomer lands onto one, got some separation going on, there's a charger in the room, he's going to get 3 pummels, but that's the extent of their damage it looks like, unless the boomer can get some more damage with that horde. The smoker's going to save the spawn in the back, but yeah, it was efficiently dealt with. Nick has taken some damage, so he will probably be the target of the tank, because he's going to need less punches to get ink out. They have a hunter, a smoker, and a boomer up, as well as a charger actually. Where's that charger? Or am I just seeing things? No, it's not a charger. Never mind. It's a smoker. In they go. There's a boomer onto 2. Jockey's going to try and cover the smoker. He's not able to. They are going to shut that down. A little bit of damage, not too much. So they still have that smoker. Brody is liking that smoker right now. Tank will be up soon. It's probably going to spawn after they drop down that choke point. So I'm assuming there'll be one more attack before the tank. They have a spitter as well as a charge. So they have a charge spit combo here for this choke point. I'm hoping they'll get some more damage in before the tank. That's what I would do personally. Charge is waiting on the roof.
Reloading here.
They are taking it quite cautiously. They do have an attack. They might actually look to attack when the tank spawns, so that they can kind of separate them. If they can separate them and then kill them with that tank, then, you know, they've done it. They have secured it, but you don't know. What are they going to do? Looks like they're going to attack here. There's a charger moving in. He's going to get shut down. Hunter lands onto Coach as well as the Spit. He's moving the opposite way, actually. He's in the doorway with the tank. Tank's moving in. They're going to move back. Coach is at about half HP. He's not slow, but one punch will make him slow. The tank's going to look for the dumpsters. He's going to try and move them into position, but he has to be careful, because if he plays around with them too much, he might give them a chance to move into the pool room, but they won't be able to. It is quite difficult to make it in there. You don't want to get caught there either. They don't have a boomer for this or a charger. They have a smoker, hunter, and jockey. Hunter's patiently waiting on. Their tank is still at 5,700 health.
He has to go in. He's attacking.
Yeah, he's on his second pass, 40%. What's he gonna do? He's gonna jump in. He's not actually. He's gonna throw a rock. He's nearly losing it. He has to go straight in. He's on 10%. He has line of sight now, so he's not going to lose it, but he needs to make something happen. He's going to pin Ellis here. He's going to get several punches onto Ellis. The spawns haven't gone in yet. He's still at 4,000 health. Tried to get the curve rock. He wasn't able to make anything happen from it. They are in the pool room now. Jockey moving in, gets shut down. Hunter moving in, lands, but gets shut down. He's now going to try and go for Ellis again. He's now retreating. The Smoker Tongue wasn't able to connect with anybody. Smoker is down. The tank is still alive. He has 2,800 health, but he is on his pass number 2. One punch on most of the survivors will actually make them slow. So he just needs to land a punch on somebody. He's going to throw a rock, but they just do a good job shutting it down. Tank's going to move in, 2,500 health. One clip from everybody. He might go down before he can land a single thing. He does get a punch onto Nick, actually. So 2 people are slow. He's still in the room there. He's got Nick down. Can he actually get anything else? He's going to throw a rock, but he doesn't manage to get it. So that means Nick is slow. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen. I truly don't, because they have to use a medkit here. Well, they might do, unless they get lucky and get pills. But they have an alleyway here, and one person looks like he might have to use a medkit. So they're not in the best situation here. They have to make it through this this crescendo. They have a boomer and a spitter. Just have to see what they do with it. They have a charger and a smoker, so it's decent for this room here, which they're going to do. One person gets boomed. Smoker tried to separate somebody, couldn't. Charger lands onto Rochelle as well as the spit. She's still in the spit. She's going to go down. She is down. She's going to have to take those pills. So unfortunately, only one person took damage, but nonetheless, they are keeping the pressure up. They have this crescendo. Whew. What's going to happen? Rochelle's going to need those pills, that's for sure. they're going to be activating this horde. They have a setup up here now. They have a hunter, jockey, and a smoker, along with a spitter. So we're going to see how they play this. Smoker's probably going to try and pull someone below. As long as everybody distracts well enough, they can, and they do that. Just that. They have a hunter and a spit combo as well as a smoker on the bottom. He is now slow. He has pills. Ellis is now in caps as well below. Oh, they need to keep this pressure up. They need to make sure they keep the pressure up and not let them win. There's a jockey still on coach. He nearly goes down. He has pills. He's going to take them, which means that that Ellis needs to be healed by the other guy, by coach with the medkit. He's now slow. They need these spawns. They need them up quick. They have a boomer. This boomer can land. If this boomer lands, then they're going to slow down a lot. They have a charger as well. The charger will be crucial. They're going to hope for a smoker. They're trying to make it over. They have one person slow. 2 people, 3 people boomed. Oh, they have a smoker as well. Oh, this is where it gets so tough. They have a tri-cap with the horde. They have 2 people leading. 1 person slow. Are they going to use to make it? The charger's moving in actually, but he gets shut down. That probably wasn't the smartest decision actually, because now they have only a hunter and the smoker for this choke point. What is going to happen? This is so intense. They have a spitter. Is the spitter going to delay them, or they're going to heal? So Ellis is now fast. Everybody is fast, but the more they wait, the more slow coach is going to get.
And everybody has a card in melee. If you got to tongue.
Right, yeah. That's going to help them. They now have their spawns. They have a jockey and the smoker. Both of those are very annoying here. Coach is kind of sitting on the edge of the balcony there. They're just going to try and clear these commons. They are feeling the pressure here, because this is it. They make it past this and they win. Smoker's just waiting there. They have their melee weapons out. They're trying. They did get the separation, and there's a hunter going. Hunter gets shut down. The spitter's going to try and land. He isn't able to. They get the separation, but it looks like they're going to push forward and end up winning. They just need to keep it up. I'm just going to respectate that. They need a few more points and they've won. And it looks like they're going to take it. What a game.
Yeah.
What an absolutely fantastic game we had here. Everybody put in the GGs into the chat. A few well played as well. Everybody played very well. They're still going to attack anyway. There's a boomer landing onto 2. In go spawns. Jockey gets a jockey onto Nick outside, which is a good separation. Charger going to try and cover. He gets a charge onto Rochelle. He's going to get a pummel, but that's about it. And the smoker is going to be cleared. Oof.
It was very intense.
It really was. I was on the edge of my seat. It was very intense. Very, very well played to team we Skeet tanks there. They didn't Skeet any tanks, so it's kind of a loss in my mind, really. But other than that, they played really well. You know, and they're just extending their lead now. With the just extending the lead with that witch crown. Hunter landing onto Nick as well as a spit combo. Boomer gets a stumble onto Rochelle, so there's 2 people in the spit. But yeah, they're 3 people slow. Not that it really matters at this point, because they have taken the lead and they have won. Just kind of waiting it out at this point. Rochelle's down. They're going to be moving forward. They're going to have probably one final attack, and this is a perfect attack. There's a jockey, there's a smoker, there's a boomer, and there's a hunter. Hunter waiting silently ahead. He's moving in for a wall pounce here. Both jockey and hunter lands, but temporarily. There is an in-cap, an in-cap onto coach, but no more spawns apart from the smoker who's behind the lorry. If they even make it to the safe room, that'll be phenomenal, because they not only took the lead, but they also made it to the safe room on one of the hardest maps.
Sorry about that.
Well, maybe even the hardest map on the parish.
Yeah.
He's just going for a last. That's it. They've won. Congratulations to every player. I'm not going to just congratulate the winning team. Everybody played exceptionally well, but Team We Skeet Tanks are going to be your winners today, folks. An exceptional game. Lots of twists and turns, lots of shifts and momentum. It went left, right, and centre. Just a 25-point difference, 50-point difference. 40-point difference. Oh, fantastic. What do you think of it?
Well, it was fantastic. I mean, did they have a comeback there? I mean, did they lose on some point?
I think every round it was shifting. Because one team had the lead, then the other, and it just kept shifting. It was inconclusive as to who was going to win. But there we have it. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. That was just phenomenal. Very great gameplay. Some good little players there. We will be signing out now. Hopefully we'll be able to broadcast some more games for you soon. That concludes the first game, which to set the bar very high for the T1 tournament. Shout outs to everybody who's made this tournament possible. I'm really excited to see what else is to come. Thank you everybody for watching, and peace.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.